So you're thinking about running, but not sure how to take the first step. My name is Brian Patterson, and I'm here to help. Welcome to Brian's Run Pod. Welcome back to Brian's Run Pod, and it's me, your host, Brian Patterson, here with you. Now, in the second part of my chat with Rachel Sinders, we dive into her incredible journey from a casual runner to a dedicated coach. She's going to share some amazing insights about what running coaching really is. So, contrary to what you might think, coaching isn't about pushing people to the brink of exhaustion. It's about creating sustainable plans that respect each other's lifestyle and help them achieve their goals. By the way, I recorded the first part of our discussion last week, so if you haven't listened to it, make sure you do check it out now. Now, let's get back into the episode, which I know you're going to love. Does that differ from your online coaching? I mean, I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I mean, do you find that you have to adapt your strategies of how you coach, online compared to, let's say, person to person?
No, not really. I feel like I can be.
Yeah.
So the people that I know locally here that I coach, I still do it all online for them.
Oh,
I'm
of
just
course.
able to
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
them in person. So
Yeah.
no, I would say whether or not you're here or you're somewhere else,
Yeah.
you're getting the same level of care and communication from me and everything. That doesn't really differ.
And do people have what sort of preconceptions when people come to you, first of all, coming to a coach? I mean, I've never been to a coach. So do they have
Yeah.
any preconceptions, oh my God, I'm going to be, speaking to someone who's very fit and does a lot of running or whatever. They have that.
Yeah. I think I hope that people that come to me see me either via social media or my website and see like I'm actually just like a normal everyday runner. Like
Yeah.
I have went from, like I said, a 3-hour half marathon and I learned to get faster on my own. And I'm not, I think to a coach for some people can seem like, oh, they're gonna like make me run X miles per week and push me so hard. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not at all what it is. It's about meeting you where you are
Yeah.
and helping you grow as an athlete. It's about keeping in mind like your life, your lifestyle, your job, everything else, and coming up with a running plan that's going to be help you meet your goals, be enjoyable, and fit into your lifestyle. So I think a lot of people think, oh, a coach for me, like
Mm.
that's going to be too much. And no, I'm really, it's for anyone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you don't have to be. I have people that I coach that are run walkers, and
Okay.
I have people that I coach that don't even run races. They're just like, I want someone to give me some workouts, keep
Mm.
me accountable, be there for questions. Like, so it doesn't have to be that you're like planning to run this huge marathon in the coming months. It can just be that you need some accountability partner, and that's
Mm.
what I can be for you.
Yeah. I mean, are there any common, I suppose what I'm trying to get at is that, what do you find are, when people are starting out, are there any common questions that they come to you at, or, what advice, would you give
I
them?
mean, I would say a lot of people that come to me are all pretty motivated individuals because they're
Yeah.
like seeking something to help them grow.
Right.
A lot of people are the type that probably run too hard too often. So
Yeah.
they go out and run and, oh, I'm feeling good today. I'm going to run and my heart rate's really high, but I feel good. And then they go and do it again the next day. So it's a common problem that people are overtraining, I'd say, or I don't know how much you guys have in the UK, like different high intensity workout classes. We
Yeah.
have a lot of different.
Yeah, we do have quite a few, yeah.
Yeah. So I get a lot of runners that are like, I want to train for this marathon,
Yeah.
but I also want to keep doing these high intensity classes like 4
Yeah.
days a week. So it's about being like, what is your priority right now in this season of life? If
Mm.
it's the marathon, then we got to focus on that and scale back from like, you can't be doing high intensity classes 4 days a week and then running a workout and a long run. It's too much. So
Yeah.
I would say doing too much and overtraining is a
Mm.
common problem.
Yeah. So do you
And
think?
people wonder why they can't reach their goals when they're doing that. It's because your body isn't recovering.
Yeah.
You're
I mean, did you learn that? I'm not saying that you did that, but even when you were
Oh, I for
learning,
sure did that.
oh, you
I for
did? Did
sure
you? All right. Okay.
I did everything wrong, yeah.
Well, that's the best way to learn, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was doing the same thing. I mean, I'll be honest, when I was trying to train for my first marathon, I was doing high intensity workout classes, I was running, I got a stress fracture
Oh,
in my foot,
right.
and I couldn't run my first it was gonna be Chicago, and I got a stress fracture 3 weeks before the marathon when I did a 20 miler because I just didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But that's literally the best way, and along my journey of running, I've had other injuries pop up and stuff, but I mean, I obviously don't like injuries, I don't want that to happen, but I think that it helps me as a coach, like,
Mm.
I can help others work through an injury, or I'm relatable in that way, like, I've been there. I know how awful it is to be injured and not be able to run, and I just think all my life experiences just
Yeah.
can help others.
Yeah. Does that come more into your coaching now? There is sort of the rehab bit, or do you say, "Well, go to this person"?
Yeah, I mean, it's so tricky
Mm.
because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a PT.
Or a
Um,
physio? Yeah.
exactly. So, like, I can help and be like, "Okay, let's cross train for a few days and
Yeah.
then see how it feels. Let's just try a run walk to go back into it." But if something is bad, I mean,
Mm.
I'm like, "You have to go see someone." Like, I'm not here to diagnose your I try and stick in my lane as much as possible. Like, I
Yeah.
don't wanna, but
Yeah.
if someone's local to Indianapolis, I have a great resources of people that I can say, like, "I trust these individuals for you to go see
Mm.
if you want, like, a qualified opinion on what's going on and to get good treatment and stuff."
Because I think a lot of stuff, I know we're kind of jumping around here a bit, but I think it's
Mhm,
great talking to you anyway. So,
mhm,
but I mean, a lot of I see because uh, I think I find more, let's say, Instagram or online is a lot of stuff about mobility.
mhm,
Um, and that seems to be popping up. I don't know whether it's the
mhm.
algorithm on my or whatever. And we know you're 60 and you are going to
Yeah,
suffer
you
with your
need to be
hips.
doing
Yeah,
these things,
yeah,
uh-huh.
exactly.
Mhm.
So, do you see little trends coming up, like that?
Yeah, I mean, I for sure think there's a bigger push for a
Yeah.
mobility type stuff. I enc I so as a running coach, I give you your running workout, but I still encourage you to find a strength training program that fits. So I ideally want someone to do some strength training about twice a week and then some mobility work.
Mm,
Personally, I use just a like a strength for runners app
mm,
myself
right.
that's like inexpensive. She gives me great mobility workout and some strength. So I suggest that to my runners. I'm like, if that's not for you, find something that is, because it's not something that we can just think we can get by and not do,
Mhm.
because that's when issues pop up, especially when you get older,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
when you're 20
So
and
you
young.
use a particular app, is that right?
I do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. It's a strength for runners app.
I
Yeah.
just have a workout in my workout area in my basement, and
Yeah.
I do like a leg day, a full body day,
Mm,
sometimes arms,
mm,
mobility. It doesn't have to be huge and long and super intensive. I mean, 20, 30 minutes is
yeah.
great.
Yeah. What's your and something else which I do see a lot, and I kind of talk to other people about it, and sometimes I get a bit head up, is cadence. So people talk about cadence a lot. Is that
Mhm.
something that you or have clients asked you about it, or is it something you
Yeah,
come
from
about?
time to time. Um, I don't run
Mm,
with athletes so much. Like, if someone comes to me and is struggling with it, I know I've suggested before that there's different, apps that you can do that's like the metronome, so it can
yeah,
help you with your
yeah,
cadence and stuff.
yeah,
So say, because Garmin and stuff will tell you your cadence if you
yeah,
look at the details.
yeah. I know
Someone's like, "Oh,
on the Apple
mine's
Watch, and yeah,
140,"
yeah, 160,
I'm
yeah.
like, "Uh-huh." Like,
Mm,
that's something you could look into. I don't dwell on it, I guess.
yeah, yeah,
If someone really wants to talk more about it, sure, let's have a conversation, but it's not something that I'm
yeah.
drilling into people.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Well, I was listening to a Runner's World podcast the other day, and
Mhm,
they think they had a physio who for running, and although the idea is it's supposed to reduce the risk of injury prevention,
mhm,
but
mhm,
there's no sort of rule of thumb. You should be doing a 180.
mhm.
Cadence, and if you're not doing that, you're going to get, you're going to break a leg the next time you go and run. If you're doing
Yeah.
160 or whatever. So, um, I think it depends on the individual, because I know also the other thing is you got
Mhm.
every people at different heights. So someone who's shorter is, yeah,
Exactly, and it's
exactly.
like, I don't want someone to be so caught up in that,
Mm,
that they change the way they're running and then they have another issue pop up. So
mm,
it's like, kinda like, if what you're doing is working for you, then just let's not mess with it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you find that when you do introduce people to kind of uh, speed workouts, or
Mm,
um, because sometimes I find those workouts I can get more out of that than, let's say, going for a long, I don't know,
mhm.
10K run
Yeah,
at
a
the
lot of
weekend or
people.
something like that.
Mhm. I think especially if someone comes to me and they previously haven't done any sort of speed work, you're gonna see some really, like, amazing gains once you introduce that.
Yeah,
And some people, I think, are intimidated by the idea of, like, 400-meter repeats or 800 meters. So I, like, with a new runner that's never done speed, I usually just suggest, like, time-based intervals and be like, "Run hard for X amount of time," versus, like, a distance. I think
right.
it's easier for a newer athlete to kinda digest that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And how are you? Do you like treadmills or not? Or do you have a
Mm.
love-hate relationship with them?
I have a treadmill.
Oh, you do?
I don't
Oh,
I
right.
do. I we just actually just got a new one recently at Christmas time because my
Okay.
old one was, like, 15 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Um, because I don't use it that much, but we
Yeah.
did get a new one.
Yeah.
We got one of the Peloton ones.
Ah, right. Ah,
Yeah, so
finally,
that
someone who's used the Peloton. What's that
yeah,
like?
so I have used it now.
Yeah.
Through the winter, we had some pretty, like, really, really cold days,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
icy. I don't really
Yeah.
wanna mess around with that. Mainly, I do the, like, scenic run, so, like, I did, like, you run New York City, and it feels like you're there running
Yeah.
it. Um, my kids now are 13 and 10,
Yeah.
so they actually will use it sometimes too. Like, my daughter, she was like me, she doesn't like any, sports really, so we're like, "Well, you need to do some, like, exercise or
Yeah.
something." So
Yeah.
she likes using the treadmill, and she'll just walk, run on it mostly and stuff. So it's nice to have. I
Yeah.
think I have some runners that love the treadmill. I'm like, "I have no problem with that." Like, you do what makes you happy, what works for you. It's
Yeah.
a good tool if you need it, but
Yeah.
personally, I like to get outside. I just think being on the treadmill can be hard
Mm,
mentally for me. You
mm,
just I like to feel myself going somewhere, and I like to look around and
yeah.
see things.
But the main selling benefit with the Peloton is that you're actually joining a live class. Is that right?
You can.
You
Mhm.
can. Okay.
If you like, they have a lot that are all the classes are saved. So
Yeah.
you can go back and do any classes that are already pre-recorded,
Right.
or you can join a live class and then you see like your leaderboard and see where you place compared to others.
Right.
So that kind of helps like with motivation and just
Mm.
it,
Mm.
it can be fun.
Yeah. And
I have
you're
the bike. I have the bike too, which I actually use more probably
okay.
um,
I suppose
for
that's quite
cross
good.
training.
Yeah, for cross training and
Hmm. Hmm.
on the for a beginner from the strength training side, what would you? I know. I mean, let's say if we were just giving someone a little bit of advice, what would you advise?
For strength,
Yeah.
I mean, as a runner, like a lot of single leg activities where you're having to use more balance, I think is so
Right.
good
Okay.
because when you're running, you're on one leg at a time.
Yeah.
So, as much as you can practice that in your
Yeah.
strength, so
Yeah.
say you're doing like a split squat or a single leg deadlift, just anything where you also work on balance, I think
Mm.
is huge. Um, Anything to get your, like, glutes activated too is great, hamstrings, quads,
Mm.
those are all great exercises.
And plyometrics, I suppose.
Yeah, some I'm not huge into that, I know that that can be very helpful, but I personally, like, don't like too much jumping because I it ends up hurting, like, I know what my body can handle, let's just say that.
Oh,
And I'm pounding a lot on the ground running, so I
yeah.
try to minimize my amount of jumping otherwise,
Okay.
but that's me.
Yeah. But I suppose the best advice is at least once, twice a week to do some form
Yes,
of yeah.
yes, yes. I think find something that works for you and stick with it. I
Mm.
think consistency is the biggest thing, and not just jumping around and being random about what you do, but, like, you don't it doesn't have to be complex, like, pick 5 exercises to do and do the same every week and
Yeah.
try and add weight, and
Yeah.
you'll get stronger.
Mm. And what's your what's your aspirations for the future? I mean, for your business, and what I know you're going to do London, and I think
Mhm.
you think you're doing Tokyo as well. Is that right?
I would like to. So, personally, yes, I'm doing London in 6 weeks,
Mm.
and, very, very excited about that. So, I actually studied abroad in London in college.
All
So,
right.
I
Where was
spent,
that?
like, 6 months at Westminster
Oh,
in
Westminster
London.
University. Is that right?
Yeah. Mhm.
I did
Mhm.
my MBA there.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, so where I went to college here in Indiana,
All
we
right.
had a program where we could go over there for 6 months and do a semester there. So, I had, like, the best time, I love London,
Oh,
so it's
brilliant.
always been on my, like, radar to get back there and do the marathon.
Yeah.
Um, so that's coming up. Then I would like to do Tokyo next year.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out how to make that happen. Not sure. So that's my next big goal. London, Tokyo. As far as, like, coaching goes,
Yeah.
I wanna just continue, like, providing good coaching that I have, and that means not, like, overreaching myself and taking on too much. Like,
Yeah.
I really want my athletes to know that, like, when they come to me, I care about them as a person, and I wanna get to know them, and you're not just another, like,
Yeah.
athlete. You
Yeah.
really you
Yeah.
have, like
Yeah.
you mean more to me. So,
So
I
provide
have a great
quality
yeah,
coaching. Yeah.
over in quantity. So I have a
Mm.
good amount of athletes. I don't need to grow the number.
Yeah.
I just want to, if some leave, have some new ones come on and whatnot, but
Mm.
maintain where I am.
Mm.
But I really love a lot of my athletes that have been with me for like 5 years or more. So I think it's really cool to see our relationship as a coach athlete grow and just really get to know them well. Like, some of my athletes joke that I know them, like, besides their significant other, I'm,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the person that knows, like, I mean, I know about bathroom issues and,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
everything. So
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
enjoy that because I wanna be, like, their biggest stuff. So,
Yeah.
locally, I have a good group of runners here too, so I've been loving that, like, my group, it's we call ourselves Team RMR
Yeah.
for Rachel Michelle Running. So they've gotten to know each other and they build each other up. So we're at like a local race and I'll do a morning meetup with everyone that's running.
Right.
And they don't have just me cheering for them, but they have a whole group of runners of this community that we've built.
Mm.
And just 2 weeks ago, I did a running retreat here for my runners and
Okay.
brought together everyone on a Saturday from 11 to 5. I brought in 4 different experts in the industry from like
Oh,
strength
brilliant.
training standpoint, nutrition, and 2 people talking about mindset. So we had a day in person to not only learn from these people, but share with each other, bounce ideas off each other. And then they were able to, if they want to follow up with these other individuals that are experts in their field,
Mm.
now they have a nutritionist that they can go to if they need more help or
Yeah.
athletic trainer. So
Yeah.
I really want to continue to build the community that I have here as well.
Yeah. Do you think that's something that's going to be like on those sort of sports psychologist type of thing? Is that something where,
Yeah.
going forward, for the everyday runner, that's something that maybe might catch on. So, I mean, I know it's
I
been
think so. I
professional
mean, I
athletes.
think
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think more and more people are seeing, like, how mental running is and
Yeah.
racing is and just how it's not just the physical, it's your mental state as well that goes into it, and it's just the more people learn about that, I think they'll have better success too, and it's not just race day, but it's, like, your training and how you look at a workout and how you feel about how you did and what kind of, like, pressure you put on yourself or other stresses that you have in your life that are affecting you. That
Mm.
all goes together in, like, how you feel on a particular day.
Especially with the
So I think
advent of the ultra running, which has kind of exploded in
yeah,
the last
yeah,
few
I mean,
years.
that's so time consuming. So it's
Yeah.
just like something's gotta give. You
Yeah.
only have 24 hours in a day. So but I do think it's great that there's just been more and more awareness about mental state and just all the different tools that we can use to really tap into that next level.
Oh, brilliant. Now I hate to spring this on you, but got a couple of kind of quick fire questions.
Okay,
So,
come at me here.
do you have a sporting icon?
Mm. I mean, I really love Des Linden. She's an American runner.
All right.
She won Boston in 2018, and I was I was not there. I was watching it on TV, and it was huge because an American woman hadn't won Boston in a number of years, and she's just an all around like really good person.
All right.
So I would say her.
Okay. And do you have a favorite playlist or favorite music that you listen to on?
Yeah, I'm like all over the place. I do make playlists a lot of times for
Mhm.
races, but it's usually like so all over the place. Like I like today's hits back to like 1990s,
Okay.
the country.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place.
And do you have a specific running route that you always, um, or are you, or do you like to switch it round depending
I
on
like
what?
to switch it up a lot. So I know from my house, I can tell you like if I go this way and then this like about how many miles it'll be. So
Oh,
I
okay.
just like I always switch it. My husband runs too, and he like literally does the same route every time.
Yeah.
And then I tell him like, "Oh yeah, I was over there and I was over there." He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I just love to wander around and like you never know what you're gonna see and just look at houses and
Yeah. I
yeah."
always find when I go, well, whenever we go away, we tend to go into Wales, um,
Mhm.
and or wherever we go, you're always kind of the first day there, you're thinking, oh, I could probably go running that way, or like,
Yeah,
are you, or are you, having like a new route is so more energizing. Whereas sometimes,
for
if you
sure.
keep on doing the same route,
Well, especially when we go on vacation, I'm big into running then because I think that's like the best way to go see the city is you
Yeah.
just go out for a run every morning, and I get to see so much while everyone's just still in bed. It's my favorite thing.
Great. Um, I hope you can stick around um, after we say goodbye, because I just got to
Okay.
ask you a couple of things. So, but I just wanted to say, really, thank you very much for coming on board
You're
and
welcome.
saying, I really appreciate it. And I think you've really given us
Mhm.
a few insights into your coaching, how you got into the sport, and really, hope for the best for London, and I
Yeah.
hope it's every
Thank
success.
you.
Have you got a time in mind? Or
I mean, around 3:30 would be good.
oh wow, okay,
Between 3:30 and 3:40.
yeah,
That would be good.
yeah. It won't be, and I can
Yeah.
guarantee you, it won't be. It won't be hot. It'll be
Yeah, I
spring. It's
mean, I
probably
should
be
ask
ideal
you,
running
like,
weather.
what it should be good, you think, weather?
I think hopefully it should be, even if it's. I would think, because it's kind of, we're going into our spring,
Yeah.
and I think the conditions should be good.
Okay. Well, that's
So you
I
should,
mean,
yeah. I mean, it's
I've been
hard to
screaming,
tell what the
but,
weather's going to be like in 6 weeks out, but
I know, I
usually,
haven't
yeah.
started stalking the weather yet. Like, give me a few more weeks, and I'll be checking the weather religiously for race day. But hopefully it's good. And I think I just when I get to a big race like that, I am just, like, so excited, and, like, my adrenaline is, like, through the roof that it's so fun. I love
Yeah,
big marathons where I mean, London is set to be this year, the largest marathon ever. Their
really.
field size is so big.
Yeah,
Yes. So it's gonna be huge. The spectators are gonna be out. It's so fun.
yeah. I think you'd be, well, I mean, you've done New York, and I suppose it's the
Yeah,
same.
New York was pretty awesome too.
Yeah, yeah. So, no, that's great. Okay, so, all right, we'll say goodbye to all our listeners. Thank you very much for listening. And as I said, what I usually do is I'll split the podcast into 2 episodes. So you get 2 bites of the cherry, 2 bites of Rachel.
Hey, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
And that's a wrap for another exhilarating episode of Brian's Run Pod. Thanks for tuning in, folks. As always, we've got you back with all things running. And next week, get ready for some more awesome beginner hints and tips to kickstart your running journey. Don't forget, you can now send me a message. Yep, you heard it right. Brian's Run Pod has now become interactive with the audience. If you look at the top of the episode description, tap on send us a text message. You can now tell me what you think of the episode, or alternatively, what you would like covered. If you're lucky, I might even read them out on the podcast. Hey, if you want to keep up with all the latest updates, behind the scenes fun, and even some exclusive content, make sure to follow me on social media. We've also launched a shiny new Facebook page. Just simply search for Brian's Run Pod and give us a like. And don't forget to hop over to Instagram, where you can catch all our visual adventures at Brian's Run Pod. For those of you who love diving deep into the episodes, head over to our website, www.briansrunpod.co.uk, and there you'll find some detailed show notes and handy chapter markers, making it easy to navigate through your favourite discussions. Please leave a review, as it will help others find this podcast. Music is by Happy Day by Stock Audio, not forgetting artwork by Alice Patterson, and also thank you to my producer, Anna Patterson. So till next week, thanks again for listening.